First, we're just going to break down the stretches. We're going to start off with the deep plie into a stretch overhead. We're going to open the chest, so you should feel a stretch up here. And we're going to also arch the back, and then we're going to contract down and roll up. And we're going to repeat that about 4 times. After the 4th one, we'll keep our arms up and we'll reach from side to side, keeping your neck long. This will give you a nice stretch down the side of your body. After 4 of that, we'll open up just like before, contract down to a flat back. So you want your back to be flat. You should feel a stretch at your hamstrings. Just going to warm up those muscles and take some squats. We'll probably do about 8 of those. We'll relax, come up, and repeat all that a few times. After that, we'll do a familiar stretch, just over to the side, making sure that your hips are square to the front, and keep that head up. You should also feel a stretch to the front of your body and all the way down the side. Hold that, go into a flat back. Again, you feel a stretch in your hamstrings. We'll go all the way down to give it a bigger stretch. And we'll just hold that. We'll go and we'll take a bend in the opposite leg. That takes the calf off of stretch, and that gives you a deeper stretch in the hamstrings. What you also may do is open up to the back. And again, that just stretches the back of the leg in a different way. And we'll come to the center, stretch that, we'll go to the left, and we'll go flat back to the side, and then up. And we'll repeat that all the other way around. After that, we'll come and we'll do this stretch again. We're going to swing the arm through, and we're going to open the chest to the ceiling, and then to the other side. We're going to go into that flat back, and down. We're going to come up. If you see my back leg, I'm up on releve, so we're starting to work the toes. We're going to swing through and open, swing down and open. This time we're going to go all the way around and open. Then we're ready for the other side. Get open, flat back, and lift that toe. Open, open, all the way around. We're going to end in center, take another stretch, bring our feet together. We're going to bend the knees. You're going to take your nose to your knee and try to straighten those legs. And then bend, nose to knee, straighten, bend, roll up. We'll take it to a flat back, bend, roll up. We'll do that a couple times. So we're just going to take some big arm circles back. Do quite a few of those, and then forward. And we'll make them a little bit smaller, and then even smaller. And then we're going to sort of like twist in a handle. You're going to rotate that hand forward and back. At the same time, we're going to do a rib isolation. And we'll do that to the other side. We'll do quite a few of those. After that, your arms are going to hurt. Should feel it in your shoulders, so we'll give that a stretch. And then we will go on to some shoulder rolls. So we'll have 1, 2, we'll have an arm circle back, and then a lunge. I like to just use my legs, get them warmed up. We'll do it to the left, open, and lunge. We'll do those a few times, and then we'll reverse it, in, forward, in, and forward. Then we'll do the heads. So So we'll do side to side, we'll do head tilts, down, up, a nice head roll, we'll do half, half, and then all the way around, and then to the other side. And that's to get us started on the isolations. We'll go back to the ribs, so we'll reach from side to side, and depending on the music, we may do it in triples. We'll do front and back. We'll do a box. Do that a few times, and then we'll roll it out, and then we'll do that to the left. Then we'll do the same thing in our hips, so we'll go side to side, and then we'll go front to back. We'll do the box. This time, after doing the right box 4 times, we'll do the box straight onto the left, and after doing the box, then we'll do hip rolls, and we'll do 4, 4, 4, 4, 2, 2, 1, 1. And the key for these isolations is that you just want to focus on the one part that's moving. So when you're doing your ribs, you want to try to make sure that your lower half of your body stays perfectly still. When you're doing the hips, you don't want your upper body moving. It's the same thing, you just want those hips moving. So that's something that you want to think about, and just making those as sharp as you can. Okay? After that, we'll go into, our body should be pretty warm by now, so we'll go into a deep lunge. And the key is just to keep this back leg straight. Really push through that heel, and don't let your knee go over your toes. Otherwise, you put a lot of pressure on the knees, and you don't really need that. Also, you want to keep your hips to the side wall, so don't open them, but directly over your legs. You want to push this hip down into the ground so you feel this nice stretch in the front of the thigh. I'm going to come up. This is different from what we did before because we're perfectly square over our legs, whereas before we were open to the front. So we're stretching different muscles. We might flex the front foot to get more of a stretch if you need it. And we'll be holding that for quite a while. We'll go back into a lunge. This time, you can turn your leg out, turn your foot out. So let you drop your elbows to the ground, sort of open up those hips. Again, think about pushing through that back heel and pushing those hips down. We'll come back up, and we'll go down. This time we'll drop the knee. And what you can do if you have the flexibility is we can go ahead and do a quad stretch. But what you want to make sure that you do is you don't go on top of the knee, which can be kind of painful, but you want to be over the knee. So if you don't have the flexibility, then you'll probably avoid that and just stretch the quad out on its own meter. Then we'll come to the center. You want to keep your knees turned out, and you can press back with your elbow. I'm going to start with your foot flexed. Come over to the other side. And then we'll just take it back and forth with a flat back. So it looks like this from the side. And that should hopefully work some of your leg muscles. Then we'll switch over to the other side and do the same thing. We'll come and we'll end it off in the center with some mini squats, just to keep warming up those muscles. And then you should hopefully feel a nice burn. And by the end of that, hopefully we'll be a little bit warmed up and you can go into your splits and just stretch out the rest of the muscles.